Today, we'll learn how to handle the details of a basic knit spec. We will continue with the knit spec we made in the first class and add shaping for the front and back upper chest and waist. To begin, open the knit spec file from the first class, modify the relevant brief information, and save a copy. Modify waist width and length by moving them to the customer's measurement chart and edit as shown. Add new nodes and measurements to the back panel's waistline segments for waist shaping. Add measurements for across bust width, set the width of the upper chest, and copy the measurement to relevant positions. Repeat for front panel and make adjustments for better fit. When setting vertical distance of the upper chest width, it is recommended to delete the sleeve end seam position and add a vertical formula to avoid conflicts. Create a marker by right-clicking on the blank area outside the relevant line segment. Select Add Node on Line to create the marker. The default marker type is a twist. This can be changed by right-clicking on the marker and select Change Mark. Add sleeve end linking position measurements to the mirror image mark to complete back panel measurements. Repeat the above steps for front panel and make adjustments for better fit. Next, modify the shape of the sleeve. The sleeve cap end should be shaped with partial knitting. We start by adding new nodes on the sleeve end line segment. Set the measurements and replace the old cap height using the new nodes we created by editing its formula. Set the sleeve length. Cancel irrelevant, non-fixed adjustment measurements before modifying knit commands. Edit knit command for each line, segments accordingly, and check same on front and back panels for segments that share the same size and shape in front and back panels. Create a smoother curve by having a few narrowing stitches without fashioning marks. Select No Fashioning Mark for the first command. Knit 1 rev and check, fixed for both commands. Set the remaining shaping knit commands to 4-stitch fashioning mark and click Calculate Rule. Check. Same for front and back panels for this segment. Modify the segment for widening by checking Allow 1 revolution and allow 1 stitch, and uncheck Custom Rules. No linking marker or fashioning marks are needed for widening. All knit commands for the back panel are modified. Organize text and save progress. Use the same techniques to modify knit commands for front panel. For front neckline, choose Cast Off for neck bottom, and set the first few revolutions to partial knitting for a smoother curve. Let's move on to the knit commands of sleeve. Modify underarm section by widening without fashioning marks. Set number of bind-off stitches for sleeve cap bottom before editing knit commands, as number of bind-off stitches for back and front panels may differ. Enter average number of bind-off stitches for both panels, 18 stitches, and check bind-off on sleeve match front and back. Edit knit commands for shaping. Shape sleeve cap in an S shape by starting with a concave narrowing curve, followed by a convex narrowing curve. Knit a few revolutions of narrowing without fashioning mark and check fixed to create a smoother curve. Adjust number of revolution and/or stitch if the warning cannot find solution for the given rows and wales appears during Calculate Rules. Select appropriate curve for sleeve cap end. Check. Allow 1 revolution and allow 1 stitch, and uncheck concave style to create convex curve when shaping cap end. Select holding course. Knit 1 revolution and check fixed for the last command and click Use New Rules. Save progress. Let's update inspection information. Turn on the Show Inspection Info of User-Defined Stitch and Revolution under View. Delete original inspection information. And right-click on New Nodes to add. Inspect collarband linking setup by right-clicking on the last segment of collarband and click Edit Trim Link Segment. Save progress. This marks the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching.